My GF's mother wants GF to pay for her mortgage and expenses. Before this turns into a bloodbath, I'll start by saying my GF's mom is a lovely person. However, she has a lot of debt that she expects her kids to take care of for her. The mom owns a 3-bedroom apartment in Yorkville that is likely to be paid off in about 15-20 years. On top of that, she has CC debt amounting $8K to $10K. The mom currently does not work but is looking for a job this January. The job the mom likely get will be on par either bank teller. Right now my GF earns about $65K a year and currently lives in the apartment with her mom and is giving her mom $4,000. This amount is normally $2K, but has increased temporarily a month to cover some of the mortgage and her mom's CC expenses. My GF claims this amount will drop to around $2K cover of mortgage once some of the CC debt is taken care of. On top of that, the mom is also getting money from her newlywed son, who is struggling to pay his own mortgage and save for his new family. This has been going on since my GF was 18, she's 26 now. The mom's contributions total around $1,500 a month. I told my GF that she has two choices. 1. Decide now if she wants to live with her mom for the next 20 years in that Yorkville apartment, and have no hope of building any personal wealth for herself. 2. Limit the amount she provides as assistance to mom to about $500, another $500 from brother. If needed, suggest to her mom that she sells the apartment, let her mom keep equity and rent somewhere cheaper. Let's face it, the mom is broke. This way GF can actually set some money aside for the future and build an actual life for herself. Any opinions or suggestions? Dude, on $65,000 a year, she only makes $4,100 a month. She gives all her money to her mom each month. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Mom needs a reality check. GF moves out and stops paying, brother stops paying, mom sells and pays off debts and rents. Period. Why doesn't the mom work? How did she qualify for a mortgage? How is she making the mortgage payments with no income? The mom contributes $1,500, gets $4K from her daughter, and let's assume another $2K from her son, so a total of $6,500 to $7,500 per month. With 8-10K CC debt but taking in $6,500 per month, it shouldn't take longer than 3 months on top of mortgage payments to pay this bullshit off. The mother is clearly overspending on personal shit unless the mortgage is like $5,000 a month, which just means she's way over her means and needs to sell 100. You need a real talk with everyone and mom needs to get her shit together. This is the most South Asian situation ever. Seems pretty simple, cut the mom off or continue being a wage slave to a lazy person. How is anyone okay with being used like this? Maybe mom needs to downsize from the Yorkville condo. It's basically the Beverly Hills of Toronto. Ever hear the saying, champagne life on a beer budget, broken heart? My mill put me in this position. I said no. Wife said yes. Stress built up. We're now divorced. How to live in Yorkville and have others pay. By I Am logo. Wow, $4,000 a month is pretty much everything she makes after tax. She didn't choose to be born into this situation and she doesn't owe her mom anything. If anything, I would argue, her support since 18 has likely enabled her mom's behavior. Your GF needs to recognize this and likely get therapy support with setting appropriate boundaries. Questions I would ask. It's June, why is the mom not working now? What is the mom's expectation of how she will live in retirement? What does your GF want to do in life? How does she see her relationship with her mom? Sorry dude, but your GF's mom is not a lovely person. She's a fuck parasite. Your GF pays here $4,000 a month on a $65,000 salary. Your GF and her brother need to cut off the financial teat from mom. Yorkville is pretty high-end, isn't it? Why can't she rent out the condo and rent a modest apt instead? Mate, you already know the answer. She moves out, maybe with you, and you start a new life. Bye mom, time to live with your choices. Is looking for a job this January. Her mother should start looking for a job now, not in 6 months. And a bank teller pay is not going to cover her bills. The mom needs to call the Dave Ramsey show and get her ass handed to her. Does 65k a year even clear 4k a month? If she can't separate herself now, you'll be paying the mom's debt if things get serious. Mom isn't going to change, and if your GF doesn't have a backbone, then she'll continue to enable her mom's debt. When the mom is cut off, I bet she won't be as lovely. No excuse for the mom to work when kids enable her lifestyle. Shame on her mom. She is not doomed to be single for the next 20 years paying bills on her own. She could always marry someone who is traditional, that wants to and can provide for her fully. I hate to break it to you, but banks check your credit report when you apply to work with them. Someone with a lot of debt is not going to be hired as a bank teller due to the increased risk of fraud. Jesus shit. She makes 4k a month net and gives it to her mum. Just move out, pay 2.5 mo for a nice place and give a reality check she can't cash to the mum. Kids aren't your retirement plan. Looking for a job this January? Well, that's awesome, she'll have a job in over a year's time. What a joke, Lamau. On top of that, the mom is also getting money from her newlywed son is just paying her? What the fuck is this? She's 26? I'd bail. This situation is insane and just red flags everywhere. A terrific or not so terrific example of what happens when a parent tries to live through their children. Your GF is working for free right now. Sir, get the hell away from the mother and start a new life with your GF. Not the asshole. Mom is a leech. So a poor person is living in Yorkville with significant debt. Sell the apartment, move to a cheaper area or another city and get a job. This is not yours or your GF responsibility. If GF only earns 65k a year, and if that's gross, not net, she's basically giving her entire earnings to her mom. How much is the mortgage? Why is mom waiting until January to look for a job? Presumably she had a decent job in the last few years that allowed her to purchase this apartment. $4,000 a month should more than cover the monthly mortgage payment and credit card payments. Something doesn't add up here. The mom certainly has a good gig in the present situation. Wow. It may depend on culture. I know Filipino tend to rely on their children to fund their lifestyle and support them, or which is unusual to me, Chinese background. Whenever we go for meals with parents, mine will pay for it all, and for my partner's parents they expect that we pay. All I can say is to have the chat with your partner about what she's okay with and to set healthy boundaries if possible. How big is this mortgage payment? Does your girlfriend have an ownership stake in the property? I think you know the answer already. $4,000 mo is a lot more than we spend a month on our mortgage and other housing expenses. She could be living on her own, building wealth and paying down her own home. The mother needs to make some hard decisions on what to do with that nice 3-bedroom asset that she can no longer afford. This sounds like the start of a shakedown. You're going to get dragged into this. This math isn't mathing. She gives 4k per month on a 65k salary. Does your GF not pay taxes, for benefits, into an RRSP, into CPP, into limited? There's no way she is clearing 4k a month in expenses with anything left over. Jellyfish are no fun to date. Find someone with spine. This snarky comment was brought to you by Count Chocula. This sounds less about finances and more about relationships. Your relationship with your girlfriend's relationship with her mother. If you seriously see a life together with your girlfriend, you both need to be on a similar financial picture. If she plans on supporting her mother like this her whole life and you find that not okay, it's better to learn this now. Financial incompatibility is a thing. Money is the one reason behind divorce in Canada. Edit to add: from a money point of view, I would pay fair market rent for a room and board situation in the area.